Merhabalar, ben Şükrü. Peer-to-Peer'in bu bölümünde Salzberg firmasının iki kurucusundan biri olan Tom ile görüşeceğiz. Salzberg ile birlikte alışveriş yaptıkça Satoshi cinsinden ödüller kazanıyorsunuz. Umarım bu bölüm hoşunuza gidecektir. Hi Tom.
Hey man, good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you. How are you?
Very good. And yourself?
I'm also doing fine. So, yeah, we met each other, what, 2.5 years ago or something.
Yeah,
So
it's
this
been a
is
while.
for me, this was one of the reasons why, yeah, Bitcoin will eventually win, because I was on Twitter and I was supposed to have a meeting with this payment provider and that does cashback in Turkey, and I wanted to tell them about Satsback and if they could implement it in their platform. So I wrote a tweet about it. I'm like, well, can someone help me, like, before my meeting on how to do the Satsback and all that stuff. And you and Leon, who you
Hmm.
are working together with, were very helpful. And you are like, well, yeah, we could help you. Just jump on a Zoom call and we'll talk about it. And yeah, like, so technically, this is like a competitor company to
Yeah.
you, but you didn't
Yeah,
care, which
it's a
was,
good example actually because when we connected, me and Leon were not officially working together. We were in touch, but we had like two separate platforms. And
yes,
after a while, we joined forces and we became co-founders, and we decided to work together just because we had the same mission and the same vision. And now we've been working together for over a year. But back then we were in touch with you, in touch with each other, trying to help each other as Bitcoiners, trying to push the adoption and the mission forward. So I think this is what you mean when you say like why Bitcoin will win, because we have like Bitcoiners that are so motivated and helpful and generous and cooperative. It's really an amazing area to be in.
yeah, it's not like like I imagine this, like a bank asking another bank, "Oh, how do you run this API service? Like, can you
Yeah,
help me?" And they're like, "Oh, sure, let's jump on a Zoom call."
yeah,
And
yeah.
you know,
Maybe
that will
it's
never happen. And it's
maybe it's that spirit of open source money and just
yeah,
open source fixing things, that yeah, it's incredible really. Bitcoiners are so generous with their time. I haven't experienced this in any other industry. Coming from a traditional industry like telecommunications, it was hard to get a meeting, it was hard to get
yeah.
someone's attention. And here you can literally write to
We can
anyone.
have our foodies and have our chat and
Yeah, yeah, yeah, exactly.
oh man, but really for me that was a, yeah, very bullish day, because I mean, for me, whenever I meet another Bitcoiner, I become extra, like, hopeful about the future of Bitcoin, because they are good people that
Yeah,
help each other.
some people can say that we are quite negative and we talk about all the problems because we see them, but Bitcoiners are actually very optimistic because we understand that there is a solution.
Yeah, I
um
mean,
yeah.
there's a Twitter face where people are like, oh, they are too toxic, to this, to that, but in real life, it's, yeah,
No, we were lucky enough to go to a bunch of conferences this year, and it was, yeah, it was amazing just to spend time face to face with other people, like other Bitcoiners, other people that think like you, is incredible.
yeah. I'm still supposed to have my Satsback card from,
Oh, we need to ship that to you.
no,
Yeah,
no, art by SF Art Design. Or a friend of mine has it,
yeah.
because, and I'll just grab it from him whenever I see him next.
Ah, okay, that's perfect. Yeah, we met him actually in
Yeah,
I think it was Amsterdam. Yeah,
yeah, in Amsterdam. Yeah.
yeah,
So
great guy.
I just wanted the card because it's the first of its kind. So
Yeah, yeah, limited supply.
I
Not
thought
really.
you can use the Sats on the card to get
Sorry,
your
so it's not
Sats.
really, first of its kind. I think the first company that started doing this was Coin Corner with the Bolt card, and then actually creating an NFC card is not so difficult.
Mm-mm.
And this one was more for like demonstration purposes, so that you could actually
Yeah,
use the card to pay for some beer using Lightning. It's just a nice experience.
yeah. So
Um,
it's the first of yours. Like
Yeah, for sure.
that's
It's a
why I wanted to keep it.
but actually we made it together with the Connect the World podcast, a great group of Dutch Bitcoiners. So it was like a collaboration with them.
Yeah, nice, nice. It's good. Yeah, so I already got him a beer because I told him use the sats, get yourself a beer. I just want the physical card itself.
Yeah, you can load it up with Sats. Like there's
Yeah.
instructions on there. If you need some help, let us know.
No, so for these, like you need the NFC chips and tag 464 or something like that. And it was so annoying. I couldn't find those chips in Turkey, so I
Mm.
ordered them, but the customs took over and blocked.
Oh yeah.
But finally, I was in El Salvador recently, and Ben Weeks, maybe you know him. Yeah, he brought me like 50 stickers,
Mm.
so I can make bunch of NFC items
Oh,
now.
very cool with
Yeah,
stickers. Oh, so you went to El Salvadar? That's
yeah,
amazing.
I was in El
For the
Salvador.
conference there.
Yeah,
That's
was
incredible. You should, yeah, we should talk about that later.
I think was really good.
Yeah.
So in your team, you also have Leon, like you
Yes.
mentioned, and there's Anna,
Yeah.
and
So Leon's a co-founder and CTO.
mhm,
There's Anna that's helping out us out with marketing. Ruben is helping us with customer support, and we have a handful of other developers and designers that are also working with us. So it's still a small team.
yeah,
We hope to grow it in the future, but yeah.
yeah, that's good. Well, we should have a talk together with Anna, maybe because she's in Ghana right now, and
Yeah, exactly.
I think Mike Jarmus was also in
Yeah.
El
So
Salvador, and
yeah. So Anna is actually Mike's wife, right?
yeah,
Yeah, and they're both there for the conference. And yeah, I didn't see much of the online talks, but it was incredible that you had the first Bitcoin conference in Africa,
yeah,
because it seems like it's the region that needs Bitcoin the most, right? So it's very good that they're having those there.
yeah. I'm like Team Africa for a while now because, uh, like, my whole worldview changed after a visit I had to Mauritania.
Mm,
So yeah, we were driving over Mauritania, and at some point, like, so there's the big port in Mauritania, in Nanchuket or whatever the name of the city, and so there's this Cargill plant that makes like corn syrup and all that stuff.
mhm.
They bring corn to the port, and that corn gets transported to the Cargill plant, and while getting transported, like corn kernels, like single pieces of corn kernels, would fall on the ground, and people would literally sieve the sand to collect those corns.
Wow.
Seeing that like literally changed my worldview.
Wow.
So yeah, so I love seeing the playing field level, to
Yeah,
get
for sure. I
yeah.
think that's what Bitcoin is going to do in Africa, but I think it's going to take time.
Yeah, so I get a lot of focus a lot with the chit chat. Let's actually talk about Satsback. Uh,
Yeah.
what you guys are doing there.
Yeah, so we created a platform called satsback.com that helps users save in Bitcoin when spending fiat online. So
Mhm.
we actually started out by just wanting to use something like this ourselves. We were kind of jealous of all the American platforms where Americans had all these cool ways where they could stack Sats and save in Bitcoin, and there was nothing like this for us in Europe. So we decided to build it. And I'm based in Poland, so I started in Poland, and then, like we talked before, met Leon, who was in Netherlands, and had a similar idea. And at this point, we have connected over 15,000 stores in most of the major European markets. And since recently, also in Turkey, we connected some stores where when you shop online using normal payment methods like fiat or cards,
Credit
you can
card.
earn a small percentage back in Sats. So as the name suggests, it's Sats back, which, as we understand, is much better than cash back, because there's
Yeah,
a lot of cashback platforms, but they all pay you fiat, and as many people in Turkey will know, that cash and
Yeah.
fiat is not too good of a savings technology. We
Yeah.
think that Bitcoin is much better because it is very scarce. It's
Mhm.
and no matter what the price is doing last year or last week, it's still, that there will never be more than 21 million Bitcoin. There will never be more than this many sats. So I think it's a great way for people that maybe are not ready to convert some of their savings to Bitcoin to experience it.
But it's a
So
great way to get familiarized with
exactly.
Satoshi
So
using a
for
Lightning wallet.
exactly. So for me, we understand that it's impossible to get to know or to understand Bitcoin before using it. And
Mm-hmm.
there's this, chicken and egg problem, because you will not buy something you don't understand, because all you hear about it is from the mainstream media, and all they talk about is the price is too volatile. It's the meme, don't buy Bitcoin, it's gonna crash.
Oh yeah.
So, and it's and for Bitcoin, it's just also hard. Like, how do you recommend to people, like, when to buy Bitcoin? Is now a good time? And nobody knows when is a good time. Historically, I think most of the time, people that bought Bitcoin were in at a loss,
Mm-hmm.
because most of the time it's a bear market, and then you have these massive bull markets that are like, in a couple of weeks you have crazy gains.
It's
So it's
actually like, I don't know, maybe like during the bull markets even, it's actually these like 10 or 15 days that you get these like huge upticks, and
exactly.
that makes the whole bull market. So
Yeah, so I
timing
think
it
it's
is
yeah. So
impossible and pointless for me.
so what we're trying to do through our platform is trying to popularize this idea that Bitcoin is a savings technology, and you should slowly increase your exposure. As you increase your understanding, you will become more comfortable. We think the most important thing you can do is invest in your own education. So number one thing is you should learn how to self custody Bitcoin, and we are a great tool for that, because you can earn really fractions of a Bitcoin satoshis, maybe even €1, €5 in rewards, and learn how to withdraw them to your wallet, learn how to secure your keys, secure your backup, so that when you are ready to buy some Bitcoin on exchange, you are already comfortable with how to secure it.
Yeah.
So I think we're a great, like, maybe Trojan horse, or like a great first step
It's like,
to
oh,
people.
discounts on
Yeah.
shopping, and inside the Trojan horse, it's like a big orange pill. It's not.
Exactly. So I think it's, and once people have a little bit of Bitcoin, then they're motivated to learn more about it, right?
Yeah,
So I think this is.
especially if they see the number go up in their
Yeah,
wallet.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's
exactly. So yeah, so I think it's important, and it's good for newbies, it's good for new coiners, but it's as you know, as I'm sure you're aware, Bitcoiners also, we realize that the name of the game is just to stack sats as many as you can. Don't trade, just stack sats, and use it as a savings technology. But you mentioned Lightning Network, so we're obviously very excited about Lightning, and we launched as a Lightning native startup actually 2 years ago, actually 2.5 years ago, even longer.
it's
But
one of the
when
earliest.
I think we were one of the earliest Lightning native reward companies, at least, and we thought it was great because, I mean, first of all, it helps us with, we don't have this headache of what if the fees go up,
Hmm.
then we have to, like, delay paying out or batch transaction once a week, because the payouts are usually quite small with our platform. Then it just made sense for us to look at Lightning. And with Lightning, we can actually remove the minimum amount before you pay out. So you can actually earn, I don't know, order some lunch online and earn maybe even 10 cents,
Hmm.
euro cents, and in sats, and withdraw like 1,000 sats to your wallet.
Yeah, that's
Um,
the biggest difference you have between the cashback companies also, because so cashback is not super popular in Turkey, but like just to give an example, let's say you have an affiliate link.
Hmm.
to, let's say, to a brand in Turkey, like a bookstore, a Turkish bookstore. If
Hmm.
I hit on that link and go to the website through that link, I get an extra discount, and
Hmm.
that discount is paid to me immediately in your system. Whereas
Hmm.
in traditional cashback, so since it's like, let's say I spent like €5 worth of money, so it's like, let's say, 95 liras or whatever, and I get like 1% of it as cashback, let's say. So it makes like 95 kurush in Turkish, which is
Mm.
not a lot of money. So most of the cashback companies just they accumulate the rewards and they pay after you reach a certain threshold, like
Mm.
100 liras or something. And yeah, which
Yeah, so I mean that's understandable because they are using legacy financial rails, and they have a lot of fees involved in sending these transactions. So it's maybe even impossible for you to impossible for them to do with small amounts, and just uneconomical. But I think for us is not only the fact that we can with the Lightning Network do these micro payouts. We think it's important because not many people talk about I mean, recently they do that. The only real Bitcoin is the one that is in your wallet, controlled by you.
ah,
So
so
especially in the, I mean, it's, with the recent news of FTX, people thought they had a lot of Bitcoin on exchange, but it turns out that FTX had no Bitcoin. So you have to trust, the exchange, and
we
with Bit, yeah, sorry.
shouldn't expect the exchanges to verify that they have Bitcoin for us. We should verify it ourselves by withdrawing them, basically.
Exactly. So people are not maybe used to this idea, but Bitcoin has very unique properties that, for the first time, allow us to really hold our money. The money in your bank is not even your money. So it's
Yeah.
all promises, it's all IOUs, and we think that, by using rewards, we can. Sometimes people are scared of withdrawing if they have a lot of Bitcoin, because what if I lose the keys or whatever. But I think with rewards, if it's only a few euros, it's
Mhm.
better that if they are going to learn, make mistakes, it's better that they make mistakes with small amount of rewards that they got, for, you can say, for free, than with larger amounts. So yeah.
Rewards is like bicycle with
Yeah,
quadro
yes,
wheels
yes,
or
yes, yes,
something.
yes.
You know?
Yeah, that's a good one. And so I think with Lightning unlocks this value transfer online, and there will be no reason why someone should delay payment, where they can just stream value instantly. And we see this in use cases like podcasting 2.0, and some services built online, where you're just paying with sats, receiving sats, very
Mhm.
small amounts of value, that is now possible thanks to Lightning.
Yeah, yeah. That unlocks a whole new barrier, basically. Yeah. So, do you have anything in your roadmap, like to add to
Yeah,
Sats?
so
Or
I don't know how much I can share exactly, but we're building a platform where online stores would be able to connect to us directly. So if
Mhm.
there are some stores in Turkey that would like to integrate with Satsback, and they have a traditional online store, they will be able to do this easily and start participating on our platform, and for us to be able to promote their service to our users. So we're quite excited about that, because with this we can improve the experience, just with this direct relationship. So we're focused on this right now, as well as expansion to additional countries. We think the more countries we can support with this service, the better for Bitcoin. Our goal is to really accelerate education and Bitcoin adoption, because we think it's never been more important to understand than now. As you know, I'm sure people in Turkey witnessed, there's this fiat experiment is I don't know if failing slowly, but it's quite evident that it's not working out for everyone. So we think it's very important that people know they have this option, they have this solution. It's a tool that is ready whenever they are ready.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we're just doing our part to try to accelerate this globally in more places.
The you talked about the direct relationship with the stores. Like I remember back in the days, like for example, Loli had a deal with a bed brand, and it was giving like 35% sats back.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, the bed was free because
Ah, yeah, yeah, it's a good
like
point.
like so like let's say you paid $1,000 for the bed, and you get $350 worth of Bitcoin back. And then if
Mm.
when the Bitcoin price triples, you get your
Yeah,
bed for free. And
yeah,
this
yeah.
actually happened. So
So the way I like to think about this is that it's actually a time preference hack. I don't know, someone who
yeah,
read Saifedean Ammous's great book, The Bitcoin Standard, will know that humans, we have a high time preference. We want to
oh,
have things now, and the good approach is to have the low time preference and actually save for the future and think about the future. With fiat money, this is difficult, because when you
yeah.
get paid and you see the money's losing value, you want to get rid of it quickly. You go to the shop really
Teaches
quickly.
you to get rid of fiat as soon as
Yeah,
possible.
exactly. So it disincentivizes saving. So fiat is not good for saving, and it has bad effects for everyone. But with Bitcoin rewards, you can buy things you want now, or you need now, and also save for the future. So we actually think this is a big problem around the world, that most people have no savings, especially in sound money. So
Hmm.
so maybe they have some fiat savings, but they're losing value, and a
Yeah.
year or two later they're worth nothing. So
No,
we think it's
it's
a hack where you can buy stuff you need now and save for your future, so your future self or your
I found
children will
the
thank
best
you.
hack, by the way. It's
Sorry.
not to buy anything, but
Yeah, yeah, and just stack
yeah.
sats, right?
Yeah. So the interesting thing is that like this surprises me still. Like for example, I think over 70% of the American population doesn't have $1,000 or more saved.
Yeah.
Ah,
Most
it's
people have debt, so most people are used to spending on credit. And then whenever you have a problem, if you lose your job, or if maybe there is
it's
some
harder to get
lockdowns or
credit,
something.
or
Yeah,
if it gets harder to get access to new credit, then you have a problem.
yeah, exactly. So I really think that this is the biggest problem caused by fiat money, because it incentivizes people to borrow money. Actually, it makes sense to borrow money when the money is losing in value and when interest rates is very low.
Hmm.
And actually, it's bad to save.
Yeah.
Until recently, we didn't have a easy instrument to save, and everyone had to become a speculator. Everyone had to become a trader. Everyone had to know finance. Like, if you're maybe an architect or an engineer, this is not your job. You shouldn't have to study economics, study finance, just
Like
to be able to save.
in Turkey, like especially not like as much recently, but like maybe 3 or 4 months ago, I'm not kidding, everybody on the street was talking about economics and finance. And by everybody I mean like a 12-year-old kid would complain about it to his friend, and like someone 80 years old would also do the same complain, because the money is broken. And,
Broken. Yeah.
yeah. Oh well.
It's yeah, but we have the bright orange light in the tunnel.
Yeah.
So this is I just hope that people understand that it's not about the short term price, that the price is not equal to the value. The
Hmm.
value is the limited supply that cannot be changed,
Yeah.
and in time the price will catch up to the value. So we
I
have this incredible instrument, but it's not too good to measure its price in the old money.
No.
um
Also with the yeah old mainstream media like fighting it and all that stuff. I
yeah,
always say, Tom, they say price is the signal. Price is not the signal anymore. Like
yeah,
nothing is
yeah.
really.
I
I
mean,
it's
yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of reasons why in a way it's a blessing. It's good we have a chance to buy the problem is that most people, they will want to buy when it's back to 50, 60K, and now they're like, no, it crashed, like it's gonna die. So that's the interesting part about the psychology. But for the people that understand, we have a chance to, like, we were praying for this chance to get another chance to buy at these levels. When it was 50, 60K, it was actually scary that, okay,
We
great,
pray
Bitcoin.
too hard, huh?
Yeah.
We have
No,
it.
maybe, but I think a lot of the reasons is, there's macro reasons, and then there's all these exchanges that are actually selling paper Bitcoin.
Mhm.
So it's I think there is actually, people think they own Bitcoin when they don't. Just like with gold,
Yeah.
you should have physical gold. So there's many reasons, but I think it'll just take time for people to start understanding, and
Yeah.
yeah.
And yeah, by the way, I see this nice block clock behind you.
Oh yes, sorry. There's a reflection. You might not. Yeah.
Aha.
So it shows. It
So
actually changes.
this is
It shows the.
actually the Moscow time zone.
Yeah. So this is the. that was a good joke, right? Do you
Yeah.
remember what the meme was about? It was.
Y- Yeah, go ahead.
I think it was Jack Dorsey who
Uh,
had a live stream to the U.S. Congress or something like
yeah,
that, and he had a block clock behind him in the background, and it was like a similar. I think it was the Sats per
mhm.
US dollar, or
This
the
such
block
per
time.
euro,
Yeah, so this is Sats per $1. You can change it
US
for.
dollar.
I think you can change it for. You can program it for euro, but then there
You want to feel
it.
better, change it for sats for Turkish lira.
Yeah, I think you can do that. I
Yeah,
think
you'll feel better,
yeah,
it's
yeah, for sure. But so there's also, it shows the block time, like it could change to show the block time, and like many other things that you could set it up to. But there was a joke that someone mentioned that, oh, maybe Jack Dorsey is a spy because he has the Moscow time
yeah. So it
behind
was
him.
something like I don't exactly remember, but like it would cost you, or maybe some 2000 sats were whatever $1 or something back at the time. So it was saying 2000, and people thought it was 20 p.m. basically. So, and it was like, oh, he's working with the Moscow
Yeah,
time
yeah,
zone
yeah, yeah, yeah.
stuff.
So now it's the Moscow clock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
They
yeah,
have a mini one. They have a mini one now that it's a bit cheaper, and it's like smaller, but I think it's a great product.
yeah. This is like an original one. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So, well, thank you for your time. Do you have anything else you want
No,
to add?
I think we covered everything. Yeah, visit satsback.com, try it out, follow us on Twitter at satsback, and yeah, good luck with everything in Turkey.
İlk satoshilerinizi alışveriş yaparak kazanabileceğiniz Searchback ile ilgili bölümün sonuna geldik. Umarım bölüm hoşunuza gitmiştir. Lütfen kanalı takip etmeyi ve bildirimleri açmayı unutmayın. Önümüzdeki bölümlerde görüşmek üzere.